because I did my stitches, which she was screaming as much as there, laying completely exhausted and drugged. And somehow I felt it from the very first moment I left her there. The hair, because it's completely dry and she's itching. Experience, honestly, for me, given that it was something so unusual. Yeah, basically, like 1.5 hours, okay, that's more correct. Like that was total out of question. I mean, the last thing I would think is, oh, she's asleep. This is from the moment I arrived until the moment I left. I didn't recognize Sheila. I didn't even dream of such thing. And there was the blowing balloon that you can kind of bounce on. Because I've never, ever experienced. We've hit our estimate pretty well. So I'm going to contradict myself here a little bit. Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Asthma. As you can already see, the task at hand is to remove all braids. They've served their purpose, and that was to keep Sheila's hair to be this way through the hospital admission period. So finally we can say we are parents. Sheila arrived from hospital yesterday, but when we will be uploading this, it will be probably like a week later, because we still have some unposted videos from before that we thought we would have posted, but since giving birth is not really something you know for sure when it will be, even though I have to say we've hit our estimate pretty well, so I'm going to contradict myself here a little bit. These braids are big, so they go rather easy to open, which is good. She just wanted to have her hair made through the labor and the admission. Well, anyway, we are already here watching the monitor. Watching through the monitor the camera that is installed on the baby's bed. So hopefully she will allow us finish this video, because the moment she makes the tiniest noise, the camera starts to warn us, and we of course was go immediately take care of her. But now she is, as I say, her diaper is empty and her belly is full. That's the rule number one, right? So, thank God she's completely healthy. Everything is okay with her. The labor was, I don't know whether it was easy or hard. I mean, there's not really a scale to measure this, but wow, it was something. I have to tell you, guys, it was something. Sheila woke me up 5:40, something like that, in the morning, that her water probably burst. And by probably she means a total leakage of water on the floor. So it wasn't probably, it was very evident, but you know how you're not sure with these things. And so I got her in the car, and she was rather, okay, like she didn't have any contractions. The very first 2 hours or anything, she was just okay. She could walk, she could be normal. She would just need a diaper herself or a pad because she was, leaking. And so we went to the hospital. We drove. They've admitted her, filled some forms, paperwork, and so on. I always thought once the water bursts, that's it, like the movie drama things. You hop on a taxi and you scream and you almost give birth on the backseat. But it was very normal, casual, Oh yeah, her water burst. Like, not anything dramatic. So they've admitted her after filling all the papers, and they told me to go get breakfast, to go home, that this can be 1 hour thing, to be done in 1 hour. She can start, going into the labor, or it can be at the evening, that they really can't tell. And there's no point for me to sit on a chair or just, be in the vicinity. There's nothing I'm gonna, be good for, even morally or anything. Like, that's basically what they told me, that I'm kind of useless to be there. And I asked Sheila if she's okay with that, of course, and she said, yeah, it's okay. Like, she herself said she doesn't really need me for anything. And what really kept me at peace was the staff that received her. It was the most kind people ever. I'm telling you, I've never experienced anything like this. It was really something we prayed for. I have to give such a big shout out to the people working at that hospital, because I've never ever experienced such. I was so shocked. The kindness level was set so high. I didn't even dream of such thing. And it was during the entire labor and post-matern period. It was, I cannot emphasize this. Every personnel involved was golden. So I went, as they say, home, prepare like things and myself mentally, right? And until like 1 p.m. Sheila was replying on the phone saying I'm okay, blah blah blah, I'm watching TV, whatever. But from 1 p.m. she stopped responding. And it was until 5 that she hasn't responded to me. And I was like, is she in labor already? Because I had no I didn't think like she's sleeping or anything like that. That was total out of question. I mean, the last thing I would think is, well, oh, she's asleep. So I thought it's already labor, because even the ladies told me there's a chance we'll call you that it's already out, that sometimes it can really pop out so fast. Well, at 5 Sheila calls me and she tells me in the most like you could see she's not well, because she video called me and she just said come, and I asked her one question and she just said come. And it's the way somebody talks to you, something's going on that's not really ordinary to that person. So I arrived and she was in like pre-labor room, basically. Very nice one, by the way. Again, the facilities of that hospital, I couldn't believe it. I was completely shocked. Everything was so modern, so nice, so clean, so thought of. Well, so Sheila was there. They kept coming every 15 minutes, like to check on her, examine her, measure her contractions and so on. And Sheila was showering there, there was the blowing balloon that you can kind of bounce on, toilet, so Sheila was just moving everywhere, from bed to the balloon, from balloon to the toilet, from toilet to the shower. She was just restless, already, screaming on top of her lungs from time to time when the contraction came. She really called me basically when the contractions were asking for her to deliver. Well, when they came, I was there basically like this for like 2 hours. Okay, I came at 5. Yeah, basically like 1 hour and a half. Okay, that's more correct. And then they finally said she's going on the labor room. We were there alone. There is like set of tables, basically several pods. You have privacy, but you could definitely hear other people if they were there. But we were there completely alone. Nobody else. The entire floor, it was only us. It was just such a great experience, honestly, for me, given that it was something so unusual. But going through it with other circumstances would be really challenging. But this was the best, friendly as it could have been. Well, so they were trying different positions with Sheila. They tried the basic one where she sits with her legs up. That didn't work for Sheila. She was hurting, she had backache, she had all kind of complaints. So they tried to basically position her on as woman when woman urinates outside. That also didn't work out for Sheila. So they turned her basically the other way round, where she was on her knees, and that's really the position that Sheila felt least pain in. And yeah, she had several contractions in that position that helped push the baby, because she was really struggling to push a little bit. And then they gave her oxygen mask because they wanted the baby to have enough oxygen, I guess. They were started to worrying a little bit as Sheila was not pushing as they were asking her. So they sat her back on her butt and they said, now you have to take the pain because otherwise they would jeopardize the safety of the child. And she pushed several times, and she had a tendency to kind of lift her butt up, which was counterproductive to the pushing. So they told her you have to keep your butt low. And she pushed like through 3 contractions this way, and then they decided that she needs to be cut. So they cut her because they started to worry about the safety of the child, as it was kind of a halfway. The head was in the tunnel of the intim parts of lady. So they cut her and they put how do I call it? A kind of a strings around the baby's head. Not around, but it had kind of a sucking ends. So they they plugged it to the top of the head of the baby and they pulled the baby on the strings. So Sheila's was cut and the baby was pushed kind of forcefully out that way. And that was the craziest moment because the baby's coming, you kind of see it halfway, then you see Sheila's almost passing out, like her eyes are completely out. She's just, you can see that the face is very different when it's really coming out. Something big is going on, then the baby starts crying its first cry, and this all happens in what? Like 10 seconds, but it feels like you really don't know what to concentrate on first. I mean, the wife, the baby, the doctors, yourself, what next? So yeah, it came out. It came out with the weirdest shape of head. That's another thing that completely spooked me. But I was like, I guess it's normal in the back of my mind, because the head was really weird. I don't know how to describe it. It was like a round, and then on top there was a kind of a square bump or whatever. And so they cut it. They took the baby the other way to measure it and weigh it and put it on scale and all kind of first things that they do to the babies. And Sheila was being closed by stitches, which she was screaming as much as the birth. She was really, they told me they open her a lot. So she was screaming through the stitching, and I didn't go there back. It was like the next spot was where we were measuring the kid and taking pictures and so on. But I heard Sheila screaming so much. And it took another, basically from as I said, I came at 5, 1 hour and a half, which is like up to 6:30. We were in the pre-labor room, and then within 90 minutes of labor, by 8 she gave the birth. And then up to 10 she was just there laying completely exhausted and drugged. She was drugged, a little bit. But really she was completely the entire process from the moment I arrived until the moment I left. I didn't recognize Sheila. She was completely somewhere else, mentally, and the drugs and the pain. The whole experience was crazy, even for me. But I had to be on the ground. Of course, I was translating mostly for the complicated instructions. Not really complicated, but complicated sometimes they wanted to like emphasize that she needs to cooperate and so on, so they would tell me to tell her. But they spoke English, they were the best. All women, and really perfect. So they staged her. I came back after they've done so with the baby. I sat there for like the 2 hours to wait with her. And then they told me that they will take the baby for monitoring over the night to some other ground floor. And by morning, Sheila was brought. The baby was brought to Sheila. And from then, she was with the baby all along. Until she was admitted Sunday. And until Thursday, she was with the baby from Monday morning until Thursday. I kept coming every day, of course. They did plenty of tests on the baby, like 20 screenings for different things, blood samples. They gave it tuberculosis shot, and all kind of, they just took the biggest care, even of Sheila. They were teaching her things, how to take care of the baby, what to do, what to not do, what to do when this and that. She was really, like, every day I came, she showed me something new, so they had a busy program there. It wasn't really just a hospital, it was also, Sheila keeps saying, when I was in the school, so they really teach her a lot of stuff. She was really told. Well, the food was amazing. Sheila didn't like it because she's not used to this cuisine, but every time I came, I would bring her what she ordered and then I would eat there like in a restaurant because the food was so good in the hospital. For me, it was the typical Czech cuisine, so I was like, wow, such luxury. She's got a room alone. There was option to pay extra, like if I was to put it in dollars, for like less than even $30, you could get a separate room. It's $30 a day. So we've got her that because she is very, timid around people. I know she has a friend and she said I enjoyed being among other girls. We were just talking and so on, but Sheila's not this type. Sheila's just a loner. Except for being around me, of course. So, yeah, they really did such a great job. And yesterday I brought her home and now we wash the baby, we feed it, and we keep the diaper empty. That's really the job now. We are waiting for the visit to the pediatrician next week. And yeah, she's definitely like enjoying eating milk. She's really, the reflex, the breastfeeding reflex, she's got it perfectly. She smiles even sometimes already. And yeah, what could I say more? We started to try the breast pump because Sheila's breast was really hurting, especially the first 3 days when she was completely not used to that. It's like when you walk without shoes. It hurts the first moments, but then you get used to it as the feet hardens. Foot hardens. So yeah, the breast pump also works. That's good, to have options. That's really great. I'm learning also, take care of the baby myself. Everything she's been taught in the school/hospital, she's teaching me. And yeah, I personally feel so tired, and not really physical tired, but emotional tired. Last 2 sleeps that I had, I was completely like even Sheila says, I can see when you sleep, you're completely in deep sleep. You even snore. And I just feel so exhausted, but not physically, but really mentally or emotionally. It's really like with the baby, something changes within you. It's really a strange feeling. I guess it takes some time to adapt to it. It's not only new life of the baby, but new life for me as well. So that is basically the experience summarized. Now we are really just we wouldn't shoot, but Sheila wants to open the hair because it's completely dry and she's itching. So we were like, we just fed the baby. So we were like, let's try it. And so far, she is still asleep. Good girl. So I was joking with Sheila that soon it will be her and the baby doing the channel. Because I will tell you guys, she has my hair. She came out with the longest hair. Definitely my hair. So she might join the channel once she's ready. And they will do hair together with Sheila. I'm sure Sheila will get such a good friend for girly things. They will enjoy. Me personally, I'm so looking forward to the point where there is some, personality in that baby. When the baby is basically responding and asking questions and the character. I'm so curious about the character of us. That's really something I'm looking forward to. I'm just trimming the ropes that are tying the braid knots. Yeah, I know everybody's saying like enjoy the period of the newborn and the first year because it goes so fast, but I'm already looking forward to the girl there that she is going to be. But I'll have to wait. Sheila's also like healing, of course. They've cut her really, according to them, what they told me, quite a lot. It wasn't a small cut. So she takes some painkillers for that. She has to wash herself every hour to remain clean. So yeah, big shout out to the hospital. And somehow I felt it from the very first moment I left her there, that I can leave her with these people, I'm comfortable. I even was leaving and I sent Sheila a message, the best stuff you could have prayed for, and she said, yeah, I know. Wonderful. And the fact that Sheila didn't want to give birth in small town, she wanted to go to the capital. And guess what? Our friend, Sheila's ex-colleague, she was giving birth in Prague, in the capital city. And the day of her labor, she arrived to the hospital where she was registered to be giving birth, and they told her they are full, that she has to go look elsewhere. Oh my god, what kind of craziness is this? Oh, we are full. Your water burst. Continue searching. It's not like you're looking for a vacuum cleaner in an electronic shop. You're giving birth. But the capital is really overcrowded with everything. That's why we left. It's just everything, even like registering a vehicle. It took a day there. You would have to wake up, go in the morning, make a line before they even open, and then you would get number, and probably in 2 hours you would make the registry. Here I go later afternoon, I get the number, there are 2 people before me, in front of me in the line, and that's it. That's the entire, like, everything in small city gets so easier. I would never return to the capital just for these things, never. I love small town life. I was not aware until I've tried it. And even like the hospital, we were there alone. Oh my god, there were like 7 pots, 6. I'm not sure, I don't want to lie, but they were empty. And the entire floor, we were there alone. Because I was reading in the statistics that this hospital gives like 2,300 births a year. So if you divide that by the amount of days in a year, you realize they give few births a day. So like it would have to be 3,650 for 10 births a day. So 2,000 is not even that. So really. And of course it doesn't go regularly, like exactly each day. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. So yeah, perfect. I'm so happy. I'm finishing the last one here. And Sheila will go wash her hair. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed the experience through me talking, and we are looking forward to see your comments. If you have, you can share your own experience and what you went through, what you were afraid, what you were happy for, and so on. Share down below. We are really curious now that we know what it's all about. And thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you everyone who sent us gift. We have them here. They are absolutely helpful. And it's so heart touching, that people who watch us it really speaks volumes now that the baby is here so much more. Before it was just gifts, now it's our baby's stuff. It's